Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Structural Funda. Myself Ethan Kenny. Now today we are going to learn about equations of shear and bearing capacity of bolt. But it is for the ordinary bolt or ordinary black bolt. Now first of all, what is ordinary black bolt? So ordinary black bolt is generally used to connect two different plates or more than two plates in the any types of connection, and bolt may be defined as the metal pin with a head at one end as shank area and threaded at other end, which is known as thread part, and it is connected with the help of the nut. So we can say that the ordinary black bolt is similar to the bolt and nut combination. So this is one type of ordinary black bolt in which hexagonal head is given to us, shank area which is totally plain area, and threaded part which is having the some threading part, hexagonal nut with the thread which is connected to the bolt, and washer is used for the non-friction grip element. Now going ahead, while considering the shear capacity of any bolt, one have to decide during the calculation whether that threaded part of the bolt is going to be cut or intercept by the shear plane or shank part, which is very important to terms of design, as in shear capacity we have to calculate Nn and as well as the Ns value, and both are for thread part and shank area. Let us take one equation. So first equation is shear capacity of the bolt, and according to Indian Standard 800 2007 clause number 10.3.3 page number 75, it is clearly given that the shear capacity of bolt may be defined as VDSB, which is equal to VNSB by gamma MB, where VDSB stands for design shear capacity of bolt, while VNSB stands for nominal shear capacity of bolt, as well as the gamma MB is defined as the partial safety factor for the bolt. Now if we put the VNSB equation in the equation of VDSB, we will have the modified VDSB equation as FU by root 3 gamma MB in bracket Nn into ANB plus Ns into ASB. Now let us take all the notations. First of all, VDSB, and VDSB is defined as shear capacity of bolt or shear strength of the bolt. Now second one is FUB. Now FUB is defined as the ultimate strength of the bolt. As we learned earlier, if we have any types of grade of the bolt, then we can find out the ultimate capacity of the bolt. So we take one example of 4.6 grade. So FUB is 400 Newton per mm square for the 4.6 grade bolt. Now third point is gamma MB, which is equal to partial safety factor, and according to table number 5 page number 30, it is 1.25 for the bolted connection. Now let us take Nn, and according to the notation, Nn is number of shear plane with threaded intercepting the shear plane. It means that if we connect two plates via bolted connection and the generated shear plane cuts the thread part, then Nn must be equal to 1. Similarly, second one is Ns, and Ns is defined as the number of shear planes without thread intercepting the shear plane. It means that the shear plane not cutted the thread part. It means that it cutted the shank area. So we can say that Ns equal to number of shear plane with shank area intercepting the shear plane. We will take one example of N and Ns afterwards. Now next NB is defined as net shear area of bolt at threaded part corresponding to the root diameter of thread. Next one is ASB, and ASB is nothing but nominal shank area. So what is the area, nominal area of that bolt? It is known as the ASB. Now taking the equation of ANB and ASB, so ANB is equal to 0.78 into pi by 4 d square. Take a note, ASB is nothing but pi by 4 d square. As we know that the shank area is totally plain area and threaded area having the grooving, some grooving. So original area is reduced by 0.78 multiplication factor as a ANB. Now going ahead, for the value of Nn and Ns, we must have different types of plate connection as lap and butt. So let us take example of lap and butt connection. So for lap connection, Nn plus Ns must be equal to 1, where based assumption is Nn equal to 1 and Ns equal to 0. We can take ns equal to 1 and nn equal to 0 also while calculating the lap joint, but for strength point of view, we will always take nn equal to 1 and ns equal to 0. Now, if we take ns equal to 0, it means that shear plane intercepting the thread only, and ASB equation. So ASB is nothing but pi by 4 d square. As we know that the shank area is totally plane area and threaded area having the grooving, some grooving. So original area is reduced by 0.78 multiplication factor as a and B. Now going ahead, for the value of nn and ns, we must have different types of plate connection as lap and butt. So let us take example of lap and butt connection. So for lap connection, nn plus ns must be equal to 1, where based assumption is nn equal to 1 and ns equal to 0. We can take ns equal to 1 and nn equal to 0 also while calculating the lap joint, but for strength point of view, we will always take nn equal to 1 and ns equal to 0. Now, if we take ns equal to 0, it means that shear plane intercepting the thread only. Lap joint is in the single shear. Definition of single shear says that if the bolt is cutted by two pieces, then it is known as the single shear. So lap joint is always in the single shear. Now another part is butt connection. Now in butt connection, we will have nn plus ns equal to 2, where based assumption is nn equal to 2, ns equal to 0. It means that shear plane intercepting the thread only. But we can take nn equal to 1 and ns equal to 1, or we can say that nn equal to ns equal to 1. So in that case, shear plane intercepting both thread as well as the shank, and butt joint is in the double shear. Now going ahead, same equation VDSB must be reduced if required then by long joint, by long slotted hole as well as the packing plate. Let us take one example. Now if we have to require the VDSB value reducing by different factor, then beta LJ, beta LG and beta PK value is given in the IS code. So first we take equation VDSB. If it is required, then multiply this reduction factor via beta LJ, beta LG and beta PK. If not required, then these all values are 1, and if required, then we will have to reduce this VDSB by multiplying these factors. So for understanding these all values nn and ns, let us take one simple example. So assuming that in any connection, if shear plane cuts the thread part as shown in the figure, then nn equal to 1, and if the shank area is cutted by the shear plane, then the ns must be equal to 1. So these are the assumptions we are going to use in any types of calculation in VDSB. Now first we take reduction factor for the shear capacity as due to long joint as a beta LJ, and according to clause number 10.3.3.1, the definition is given as, or the value is given as, while the distance between the first and last row of the bolt in the joint measured in the direction of load transfer exceed 15 times nominal diameter in the direction of load, means if LJ is greater than 15 times diameter, then the nominal shear capacity shall be reduced by the beta LJ factor. It means that while the connecting two plates, if required bolts are 15, numbers of bolts are required as a 15, and all the 15 bolts are connected as a one row in the direction of load, then distance between first bolt and 15th bolt is known as the LJ, and the given equation is beta LJ must lies between 0.75 and 1. If we have the after calculation we have beta LJ equal to 0.6, then we must have it taken beta LJ equal to 0.75, and if the calculation gives the value as 1.9, so we have to reduce that 1.9 towards 1. So beta LJ must be equal to 0.75 or 1. Now let us go into another point, another reduction factor, and it is due to large creep length, and according to 10.3.3.2, while calculating the desired capacity, if the grip length, which is equal to the total thickness of connected plates, exceed 5 times the diameter, then we have to apply the beta LJ reduction factor. It means that if 10 mm thick plates, we have to connect 10 mm thick plates and via 60 mm bolt, and if I connect that 10 mm plates, total number of 10 mm plates as for example 50, so total thickness of grip is 500, so it is greater than 5 times the diameter. So in case of large connection, we must have the large grip length, and that connection is reduced by beta LG factor, and the value is given as beta LG equal to 8 times diameter divided by 3 times diameter plus large grip joint LG. Now third factor is packing plate. So due to packing plate, but packing plate must be greater than 6 mm as clause number 10.3.3. If the packing plate is required to connect two plates, but the value of packing plate greater than 6 mm or equal to 6 mm, we have to apply beta pk factor to the VDSB, and equation of beta pk is given as 1 minus 0.0125 tpk. Now going ahead for the bearing capacity of bolt. So according to 10.3.4 page number 75, the equation is given as bearing capacity of bolt VDPB is equal to VNPB by gamma MB. Similar to VDSB is equal to VDNSB by gamma MB, VDPB is there. Now VDPB stands design bearing capacity of bolt, VNPB stands by nominal bearing capacity of bolt, and gamma MB is partial safety factor. Now if we put the equation of VNPB in equation, then VDPB equal to 2.5 kb d t fu by gamma MB. Let us take all the notations. So first of all, VDPB, it is bearing capacity of bolt. Second one is kb, and kb is given by four different value. Now the four value is E by 3D0, pitch by 3D0 minus 0.25, fu by fup, and 1, whichever is minimum. It means that we have to calculate the value of E by 3D0, P by 3D0 minus 0.25, FUB by FUP, and out of these four value, whatever the minimum value is indicated as a KB. But in this case, D0 is defined as the diameter of all, P is pitch, and E is and or edge distance. Going ahead, D, we know that D is the nominal diameter of bolt. Now second one is gamma MB. Again, gamma MB is the partial safety factor, and according to table number 5, page number 30, we will have gamma MB is equal to 1.25. Now T, the value is given as minimum thickness, while summation of thickness of plate in the same direction of stress. We will take this T in the calculation or example. And last one is FUB, so ultimate capacity of the plate, which is generally assumed as 410 megapascal.